I represent a next to me. Good to see you again.
I shall do it. It shall be done.
Not so nifty, is it, the tower, once you get in? Looks so much. Come along.
Maker, have mercy.
I am a mage of the circle. So why did the Templar... They abandoned us to our fate. But even trapped as... I don't know what became of Uldred, but I erected a barrier. You will not be able to enter the tower as long as the barrier holds. But once Gregor sees that we have made the tower, Petra and Kenan will watch them. If we slay all the... Petra, the others need your... Your confidence is refreshing. Here we are. It made me... Are you ready?
As you say. It has begun. Very well. I shall do.
Please refrain from I was trying the stockroom. I would prefer not to.
Niall was in the meeting.
Please, please don't kill me. No. No, please.
It has begun. Most excellent!
Glorious. We were the first to bring magic to the
As you say.
Are the demons gone? Godwin, Mage of the Circle of Pharrell. I just really want to be somewhere safe.
It has begun. Very well.
Everyone's gone.
Have unusual powers. Be wary. It shall be done. It is begun. It shall be done. I shall do it.
Arise, my pet! Your mistress commands it!
Shall be done. It is begun.
I shall do it.
Very well.
This cannot continue. We have to stop it. Everything.
They
Very well. Enemies approaching.
Ah, there you are. I'm not disturbing you, am I? Dead? Me? I have been close many times, but I never quite made it all the way. I just wanted to make sure you were happy here in Weishaupt. These grand halls, the dark. It was a triumph for all. Foolish child. I have given you so much and you cast it.
Maker, forgive me. Death Leave me to my grief. Your blatant disregard. You do not know. Perhaps some time away from Holy Maker. Stay away, foul. Is it?
If you go back quietly, can't you think about someone?
When you return, for you it will have been an afternoon's nap. I was never meant to take the litany off my... I'm not a hero. I hope I haven't...
It shall be done. Shall be done.
This trick again? Filthy blood mages? Still here? But did Gregor send you? They turned some... You can't say... Do not presume to judge me, mate. To ensure this horror... You know nothing! I am thinking about the future of the Circle, of Ferelden! As you can see, my cage is Uldred's doing, or one of his mages.
am the Knight Commander. Thank you. I promised you aid, but with the...
I am glad you are the least we can do.
This man is brave.
There is much to be done here.
The Blight. How will you end it? Is that all? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order. Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the war. Yeah.
You and your friends are former...
Shiny.
A gen...
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be a... Surely it must come from some superior lineage. I would appreciate... It speaks.
Why are we stopping? As you wish. You called. As...
Something on your mind? Of course.
Something I can help with?
What? Ever since we discovered... You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately. I do.
It's been a long day. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken. Thank you. But there is always something else to do. Have you encountered many? It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of... And there is no turning back. Or if... So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden? Arl Rendon Howe? The Earl of Amaranthine? Why would he do such a thing to you? You are... Yes, I suppose. It is not so bad, is it? Being a Grey Warden? Sometimes it gets... I must ask, what... Ultimately, being a Grey Warden... Thus it is you, the king who does not do this. You're quite taken with each other. Well, she's hardly discreet. The way she looks at you, it's as though she's completely forgotten there's anything of you above the waist. I've noticed your blossoming relationship. She is a cunning woman, a Maleficar. She will use you for her own ends. I am telling you what You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibility. Love. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. Nothing is certain. I am just... What's on your mind? Oh, yes, and thank you for... What's on your mind? Is something... It may not mean much. Have you heard much about the Grey Warden? I remember it. They arrived when the clouds... What's on your mind? No, you won't. You wonder sometimes, don't you? Family, love. I started hating my life. But she told me that we were supposed to be polar opposites, mage, and there is joy, even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then there will... You can scream. What's on your mind? I will answer to the... For now, I will support... And after that... What's on your... I will answer. I was brought there by... And I don't know how it happened. The Templars arrived. I stopped being afraid. Well, a single word spoken incorrectly. In spite of it. What's on your mind? I will answer.
It has begun.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found? 'Tis not what I here in great and now I recognize all of it. So she must seek a new body. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in there, I will not sit about like an empty sack. It may seem so. If you think of Flemeth as a mother, she did not wish anyone to get a hold of this information, least...
Decision. I owe the Isle more than this.
I can be friendly when I desire to, alas desiring to be... Then what needs to be... If I am present when she is slain, I cannot confront her and slay her quickly. The thing I must have is her true grim... I am great...
You and your friend. I'm sure. It has begun.
I have no doubt. My name is Zebran. Zev. So would I be in your shoes. For me, an order of assassins of... Not precisely. A rather taciturn... Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. Then, unless you're quite stuck on... Thing is, I like living. That's not a fault. Thank you.
I shall do it.
Lovely Morrigan has it. You think you're the first?
As you say.
You have returned from the wilds, alive, dead, and the real grimoire. And thank you for helping me. No one has ever... we are hopefully free of any further press... I wish to ask a question of you. I wish to know your opinion of love. You and I have been intimate, for one. We have been close for some time now. You are impressive in many ways, and you even protected me from Flemeth without hope of reward. I feel anxious when I look upon you. I dislike this sense of dependency. It is a weakness I abhor. If this is love, I wish to ascertain that you do not feel the same. Then we are both fools, and we need to do something immediately. I have allowed myself to become too close. This is a weakness for us both. You are not listening to me. Do not be such a fool. This is for your own good. I am not like other women. I am not worth your distraction, and you are not worth mine. You are impossible. Have it your way, but I will tell you truly now. You will regret it in the end. Your desire? So, now I have enough time to study for she... And if I... But there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us return to the task of dealing with... You should not be so... You have no idea what will happen in days to come to make such promises. Let us go. Your desire? So... Your desire... We are in camp, so I think not. So now you slink away, tail between... You'll have to forgive me if I do not leap at your command like a trained warhound. Your desire... We are in camp. I said no.
What's on your mind? I have watched you for a time, and it doesn't happen often, but I see her smile to herself sometimes when she watches you. I think I was too harsh in my judgment before, and what you have may not like. Instead, you learn to cherish, and for those of us watching, what's on your mind? I will answer.
Your desire? We are in camp, so 'tis a... What's this? 'Tis a rather odd discussion you seem to desire. Leaning in... Oh, it's humor you desire, hmm? I didn't realize comedy had anything to do with... Not unless you...
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good.
I shall treasure it. I've a question. Well, here's the thing. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this... Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave? Indeed. It is good to know what my options... What say you? By all means. But quite frankly, the truth is that... Debilitate your foe, either by... What say you? What say you? By all means. I was simply never given the opportunity. The crows buy all their assassins that way. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means... As for what I do, it might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antique. And here I am. Come now, enough. What say you? By all means. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or I often find, as far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why, there are many things I do, but simply being an assassin, I like. What say you? By all means. My adventures? Huh. Let's see, my second mission ever for the crows. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return... As it was, my master... It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face, and one that... But that... What say you? By all means. Again, well now. Let's see, how about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Osric. After assassinating his way through the royal... This particular fight nearly bankrupt... I landed in a river and nearly drowned. What say you? By all means. But no, I would... What say you? By all means. It is a warm place, not cold. I hail from the glorious... Oh, I have no... You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flute, I grew accustomed to the stage. I thought, Zevran, one simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a handsome Grey Warden, a man who then spares my life? Quite right you are. Now, if it is all the same to you, what say you? By all means. What say you? Oh, this should be good. What say you?
Yes.
It shall be done.
Thought I was...
Back off! I was here first. Why, you looking to buy a queue? What? Oh, them. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't shoot. I knew the guy who was here before me. He didn't mention that he'd taken it. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard. He was going to Orzammar. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare...
I think I owe you an explanation for... You should know that... Remember my apprentice, Petra? I saved her life that day, but I did not survive that encounter with the demon. Let me explain. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my... It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded, and then I sensed a presence. I was being held back, for I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds. The Fade contained spirits, both benevolent and malicious. It was one of these spirits that saved me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping... Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed. Yes. What's on your mind? I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my... I've always been able to feel the spirits. Even if I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream, I suppose they must. It is the... Sometimes I would see it. A glowing, nebulous... I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was... There were times when I was in the Fade, and I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles. Ostagar being one of them. I don't know why I was chosen. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me. I will not lie motionless in a bed, and so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing, you know, What's on your mind? Cure me? What, am I sick now? Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child. Your concern is heartwarming. But death comes... People fear not death, but when the end comes, they say they did not have time. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look... I think I've led a good life. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the Fade and returns. What's on your mind? I try not to dwell too much, but I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my... Years ago, Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans. All he knew of the humans was what he had seen in the... What Anarin needed was time. I gave him no such time. I expected too much from him, too quickly. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent. Oh, age and wisdom have mellowed me. I was quite different back then. You cannot plant crops in the cold winter. Patience is what is needed. And I learned... Anarin ran away from the Circle one night. I had berated him. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his... The phylactery is a vial of blood taken from a mage. But they called him Maleficar, a maid. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from... I should have known better. I failed Anarin. He talked about the alienage sometimes. And the Dalish. He always... The Templars are well trained. The apprentices that came after Anarin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student. And there it is.
Indeed.
We must...